Hello parents, I'm Dr. Harika, your pediatrician. First of all, congratulations to all the new parents for addition of a newborn baby girl or a boy to your family. Taking care of a newborn is like a roller coaster ride. It's sometimes fun and sometimes scary with so many doubts. Today, I'm going to talk about common concerns in newborn care. So, let's start off talking about feeding. Feeding can be breastfed or formula fed. We as pediatricians believe that breast milk is the best nutrition for children under 6 months. Sometimes, due to various reasons like severe weight loss and metabolic conditions, we give formula feed to the baby as a safe alternative. The goal is giving 8 to 12 feeds in a period of 24 hours. You have to feed the child every 2 to 3 hours on demand. In addition to the breast milk, vitamin D supplementation is very essential because all the breastfed babies and especially those who are taking less than 36 ounces of formula milk need vitamin D. The reason is that breast milk has insufficient amount of vitamin D and this may lead to vitamin D deficiency in kids. Next concern is weight loss in the first week of life. Normally, babies lose about 7 to 10% of the birth weight, which is regained by 7 to 10 days of life. Subsequently, there should be a gain of 20 to 40 grams per day. The next concern is crying while passing urine. Most of the babies feel uncomfortable with the fullness of bladder, so they start crying before passing urine and they stop immediately as urination starts. But if the baby is crying during passing urine or after passing urine, then there may be a possibility of urinary tract infection. The next concern is motion. We get a lot of questions about baby's motion. Usually on first 3 days of life, the motion is dark green to black in color. This is called meconium. Later on, it changes to yellow in color. Some babies pass motion once in a week, or some babies pass in per day, they pass about 10 times. That is after every feed. But there is no cause for concern as long as the baby is gaining weight and passing urine adequately. Umbilical cord usually falls off on 5 to 7 days of life and the wound heals in about 15 days. You should keep the cord clean and dry. Make sure that the upper margin of the diaper is below the umbilical stump so that it doesn't get spoiled up. The next concern is eye discharge. Eye discharge is very common in the newborns due to nasolacrimal duct or a tear duct blockage. When there is an eye discharge, you have to take a clean damp cloth and wipe from the inner margin of the eye to the outer margin. To prevent this nasolacrimal duct or a tear duct blockage, proper massage is required. How to know how to do massage, you just check my previous video or click the link in the description box. Next concern is breast discharge. Under the effect of maternal hormones, breasts of both boys and girls enlarge and they secrete a milk-like fluid. Most of them try to squeeze it. Squeezing causes pain and it is more harmful to the baby. This breast enlargement resolves spontaneously. In some girl babies, due to maternal hormones, there may be a white discharge or vaginal bleeding. That is also absolutely normal. Next, coming to bathing. In the first week of life till the cord falls off, only sponging should be done. After the cord falls off, a proper bath should be given to the baby. Next is cosmetics. Babies have a very sensitive skin, so the use of cosmetics should be decreased. A mild and non-perfumed Syndeint bar should be used for bathing. And sprinkling of talcum powder may cause inhalation. That means baby may take in. So better to avoid it. If you want to sprinkle some powder, use it very sparingly. And using of kajal is not good for the baby's eyes, so better to avoid it. Next, coming to vomitings. Babies usually vomit curdled milk 3 to 4 times a day. It's absolutely normal as long as the baby is gaining weight and passing urine adequately. Next concern is jaundice. Normally, 60% of the babies develop jaundice. The onset is on 2 to 3 days. It peaks on 4th day. It comes down by 7 to 10 days. However, in some kids, it may reach very high level and cause brain damage. So better to consult your pediatrician to check the jaundice levels. Next is a diaper rash. Diaper rash is most common in newborn period. To avoid diaper rash, keep on changing diapers frequently. If there's a mild diaper rash, you can apply coconut oil and leave it open. If the rash is severe, just consult your pediatrician. Next, coming to sleep. Babies sleep about 16 to 20 hours. 1 to 4 hours of sleeping followed by 1 to 2 hours of wakefulness. Next concern is rashes. Rashes usually occur on day 2 or 3 of life. Mostly the rashes are present on the face and on the body. Usually they resolve spontaneously and does not require any treatment. And skin peeling is a common finding in some of the newborns. A proper oil massage will decrease the skin peeling. Next is, when should you visit your doctor? When the baby is dull, not accepting feeds, not passing urine adequately, fits, unconsolable cry, and a yellowish discoloration of the hands and on the body, then you have to meet your doctor immediately. So these are the common concerns in the newborn care which most of the parents ask me in my clinic. I hope this video has helped you to overcome your fears and enables you to take better care of your children. Happy parenting. All the very best. Thank you.